Hi, in today's video, we're going to be looking at derivatives and the quotient rule. If you haven't had a chance, take a look at my previous video where we took a look at some examples that dealt with the product rule. So the quotient rule says that the derivative of f of x over g of x is equals to g of x times the derivative of f of x minus f of x times the derivative of g of x. All of that over g of x squared. When looking at the formula in this form, you notice that we're using u over v. So this mostly deals when you have to deal with u substitution. If you haven't heard about u substitution, then you don't need to worry about this form. It's just a different way to memorize the quotient rule. An easy way to memorize the quotient rule is just by reading this out. The derivative of f of x over g of x is equals to the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom over the bottom squared. So that's basically what we have written here. Let's take a look at an example so we can get an idea of what we're talking about right here. Here we have f of x equals 4 minus 3x minus x squared over x squared minus 1. So how do we apply the quotient rule? Just remember that the easy way to memorize it is the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, all of that over the bottom squared. So once we write that out, this is what it's going to look like. The derivative of this function is equals to the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, all of that over the bottom square. As I mentioned in my previous video, once you found the derivative, you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to simplify the function any further unless you're asked by your professor or if you're doing a test. Anytime that you're asked to continue and simplify the function, then you need to do so. But as far as learning the rule, this is as far as you need to get, because once you learn how to apply the rule, then you're getting the derivative correctly. If you don't know how to apply the rule and you continue to simplify something that was wrong from the beginning, then your answer is going to be completely wrong towards the end. Let's take a look at one more example. Here we have f of x equals 2x minus 1 over x squared minus 3x. So just remember to get the derivative. It's the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, everything over the bottom square. All right, here we are. We found the derivative of this function. Remember, bottom, derivative of the top, minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, everything over the bottom square. You don't have to simplify any further unless you're asked to. This is as far as you need to get. This is your derivative for this function. These are just a couple of examples when dealing with the quotient rule. Stay tuned for the next video where we're going to be working with the chain rule. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.